to Mystic Moons. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, how are you doing? Where I am, it's the typical Steppenwolf hour in the northeast region of the U.S. It's quiet, Sagittarius, for some surprising reason. Normally around this time, I do hear crickets. I think they're crickets, peepers. There's things in the night, Sagittarius, that go like peep, peep, and squeak, squeak, and that steady harmonizing sound that you hear out in the wilderness when it warms up. Sagittarius, the time of year when the forest comes alive. And the sounds you hear, Sagittarius, are more than the wind rustling through the leaves or the wind rustling through the trees. So quiet, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is a reading for your collective. If you have significant Sagittarius energy, in particular, Sagittarius, hello. When I pull for these messages, thank you for the like. When I pull for these messages, I'm thinking of the primary energies for the Sagittarius collective. So that would be Sun, Moon, Rising. And I also include Sagittarius 8th house and 12th house. Because those placements for these types of readings, that's what we don't yet know or isn't yet overt. Thank you. In our energy. But, it doesn't mean that just because we can't see it, just because we can't act upon it, it doesn't mean it's not actually happening. It's not actively in motion. So that's why we include 8th house and 12th house energies. Sagittarius, I invite you to take a peek at your own natal chart, and if there are any other placements you yourself would like to consider, then keep an eye out for the rest of the readings as they come out. With this, it concludes fire signs and I believe earth signs, and what's coming up next will be water and air over the next couple days. And thank you very much for the likes. Yes, if you appreciate my time, do let me know. Do give me a thumbs up. Sagittarius, shall we hop into it? Something to anticipate for Sagittarius on this quiet, late spring night, Sagittarius. I have the Tower. Tower with 5 of Swords. Something to anticipate, Sagittarius. If this catches you by surprise, I'd be surprised, Sagittarius. Someone's after you. Someone has been planning to approach you, to come after you for a while. Someone has a little bit of a shocker to enlighten to you, Sagittarius. Energies coming out here are some Scorpio energy and some Aquarian energy. Sagittarius, if you have Scorpio or Scorpio or Aquarian energy in your chart, it wouldn't hurt, Sagittarius, take a peek and see where they are, because that could be the nature of this declaration that's coming your way. Looks like a declaration to me. Somebody's going to force you to make some movement, force you to respond, force you to react to their counter move. Could be someone too, Sagittarius, with some Scorpio or Aquarian energy. It could also be in places, Sagittarius, like their Mars, their Pluto, maybe their Mercury. As I said, this is someone's poking you. Poke. Sagittarius are you going to react? I have Ace of Cups, Two of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck energy, another 8 with 7. So we have some 8s that are relevant here, Sagittarius. Also, too, if you think about it, actually that goes down to a 7. So I take that back. We have 8s that are relevant here. 8s, basically, you have to shoulder through it, of course. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. Something to anticipate for you, Sagittarius. You should not be disturbed by what is coming your way, what is goaded, something to be presented that's going to be trying to goad you into an action, Sagittarius. Someone's going to try and make you take a move, Sagittarius, that is outside of your normal course. Sagittarius, my recommendation here is not to allow yourself to be perturbed, to be disturbed by what someone may be approaching you with. Sagittarius, in this energy, they basically want to change your priorities. So it kind of goes beyond work and love, Sagittarius. This is basically your trajectory for what you have planned, what you're currently working on, what you're currently working towards. Someone, Sagittarius, hopes to go and change that. And Sagittarius, a message here. Not really that important, Sagittarius, in the larger goal, in your goals. So continue forward. Sagittarius, anything that's possibly presented that you may lose. Sagittarius, that is only in the moment. It doesn't relate, Sagittarius, to your overall goals, the bigger picture. Something to anticipate for you. You have a little bit of an upset coming your way. Somebody is going to try and divert you. And I wouldn't allow myself to be diverted, Sagittarius. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can say in this energy, Sagittarius. When I mentioned the 8, Sagittarius, between the 8 of Strength and then the 8 of Pentacles, this is basically calling upon your ability, Sagittarius, to be heads down focused and not allow yourself to be distracted. You know, just because fates, Sagittarius, may throw circumstances and events outside of your control to you doesn't mean, Sagittarius, you have to go along with the flow. You're not a piece of algae, Sagittarius, or kelp, coasting on top of an ocean wave, Sagittarius. You have 2 feet, Sagittarius. You have 2 eyes. Well, you know, most of us. You have feet, Sagittarius. Mobility. You have mobility. You have sight. You have insight. You have intelligence. And Sagittarius, you can choose what to interact with and what not. A little bit of a test coming. And a small one. Anyway, that is my message for the Sagittarius collective. Sagittarius, I would also in this energy keep an eye out for 8s. See how they could go and correlate to you, or at least, let's say, when someone is approaching you to goad you into a reaction, keep an eye out for what could come up in your life or what is already existing in your life for 8s. Sagittarius, I would also still recommend keeping an eye out for Scorpio in your chart, Scorpio and Aquarius if you have it. Other signs that pop up here, Libra, Cancer, and Virgo. They all could be players, Sagittarius, but I would say for how this would affect you, take a peek and see if you have Scorpio and Aquarian placements. Hello. Thank you so much, everyone, for the likes. This is a general read, Nightshade. A general read for the Sagittarius collective. I list in the description the primary placements that I consider that collective being. Sun, Moon, Rising, and I include 8th house and 12th house in my readings. But also, too, if you have significant Sagittarius energy overall, maybe Sagittarius is your signature sign, etc., 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 right? There are different ways that we can have prevalent energy in our charts. And this could also apply for you. Ah, yes, we all have general needs, right? Unfortunately, we are humans in a capitalistic society, at least where I am in the US, that is going in a certain direction. And then seeing how we are approaching the two most vaulted days of our capitalistic society, right? The 1st and the 15th. Lots of needs asking to be addressed around this time. And where I am right now, although it's comfortable, there could be the need very soon where I am for some AC, some need for others for some heat, need for shelter, need to eat comidos. That's what my cat's saying. My cats also say, I need to keep everything neat, have their litter scooped, and so forth. Yes, we are biological entities. And unfortunately, we have a lot of needs. Anyway, thank you so much, Sagittarius, for the likes. I guess I'll leave this up for a little bit of time. Yes. I would say one of my cats has the need to be in control. But, you know, it's forgivable because she is about 15 years old. Well, she's 16 years old. And, you know, for a good portion of time, she was an excellent cat. Like, she knew all the rules. She was very obedient, very, like, you know, everything. And now she's just like a wild cat, which I can only say that she's thought about what it's like to follow the rules, and she's decided that she'd rather live her life on her rules. What can I say? She did grow out of that. She grew out of being a good, obedient cat. Now she's just boss. She's like, yeah, I played by your rules all this time. Now we play by my rules. She's a very pretty cat, very sweet cat, very smart cat. And now she's boss cat. Whoever thought that would happen she started doing it, I think, around 14. So it's been a couple years now that I've been like schooled by the cat more and more. She's a super boss cat. Anyway, very nice talking to you. And yeah, if anyone has any placements in fire or earth you'd like to go and check out, the readings are already up. And the readings that will be following will be water and air. I probably will do them one at a time. I might group some together. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, until the next reading, bye-bye.